David, thanks. People in the Appleton area tonight given a chance to meet with school officials and ask questions about an upcoming April 7th operational referendum. The district says it's necessary to prevent drastic staffing cuts. Right now, the district is facing a $13 million deficit for the 2025-26 school year. If approved, the referendum would provide the district with $60 million of additional revenue for the next 4 years with a buffer to account for inflation. An initial survey indicated support for the referendum from area residents, although that was before many people saw a property tax increase of 8% just recently from the district. A failed referendum could cost the district 130 to 150 jobs, which the superintendent says is significant.
Again, it support operations that we have accumulated deficit on over the last 3 years. The primary issue has been over the last 3 years, high inflation rates have overwhelmed any increase that we have gotten in funding, and that's caused the challenges.
Tonight, the first of several informational meetings were held by the district. This was at James Madison Middle School, where most people there expressed support faced with the alternative.
Well, my opinion is, it's a difficult decision, but the alternative is just really tough. And it's not an alternative I don't think anyone wants to see. So as tough as it is, the right decision is to move forward on the referendum.
District officials say passing the referendum will increase taxes by about $15 per year on a $100,000 home or $45 per year on the average Appleton area home valued at $300,000.